There comes a moment in every person's life when they realize not every battle is worth fighting, not every relationship is worth saving, and not every goodbye is a loss. Sometimes the strongest thing you can do is simply walk away. Most people are taught to hold on, to keep explaining, to keep chasing, to keep proving their worth. But the Stoics believed there comes a point where holding on stops being loyalty and becomes self-destruction. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire. He dealt with betrayal, disrespect, false accusations, and people who could never be pleased. Yet he never wasted his life trying to force people to understand him. He understood a truth that most people learn far too late. You cannot control how others see you. You cannot force someone to respect you. You cannot make another person choose your value, but you can choose whether you stay where your value is ignored. Think about your own life. How much energy have you spent trying to convince people to appreciate you? How many nights have you lost sleep because someone didn't see your worth? How many times have you abandoned yourself just to avoid losing someone else? The Stoics would ask one simple question: if staying costs you your peace, is it really worth staying? That question changes everything, because the greatest prison isn't being alone, it's remaining where your soul feels trapped. Today, you'll discover the timeless Stoic lessons that teach you when to let go, when to stop chasing, and why walking away without anger, without revenge, and without looking back may be the greatest act of self-respect you'll ever make. Let's begin with the first lesson. Lesson 1. Walk away from disrespect. Respect cannot be begged for, it cannot be negotiated, and it can never be earned by sacrificing your dignity. The moment you begin accepting disrespect just to keep someone in your life, you silently teach them how to treat you. Marcus Aurelius believed your character is your greatest possession. The moment you trade it for someone's approval, you've already lost far more than the relationship itself. Sometimes walking away isn't giving up. It's finally choosing your own peace over someone else's permission. Think about the people who truly respect themselves. Have you ever noticed they rarely beg anyone to stay? Not because they don't care, but because they understand love without respect eventually becomes pain. The Stoics believed the moment someone repeatedly disrespects your values, your time, or your peace, you have a choice. Stay and slowly lose yourself, or leave and slowly find yourself again. Marcus Aurelius never measured his worth by another person's opinion. He measured it by his own character, because the only approval that truly matters is the one you give yourself. Every time you remain where you're constantly insulted, ignored, or taken for granted, you silently tell yourself, this is what I deserve. But it isn't. Your peace is too valuable to exchange for temporary acceptance. Remember this: walking away doesn't mean you hate them. It simply means you've finally learned to respect yourself. Sometimes the kindest thing you can do for your future is leave what no longer honors your present. Now, let's move to the second lesson, one that changes how you see relationships forever. Lesson 2. Stop chasing people. Why do we chase people? Because we're afraid of being forgotten, afraid of being alone, afraid that if we stop trying, we'll lose them forever. The Stoics understood fear often disguises itself as attachment. The more desperately you chase someone's attention, the more power you hand over to them. Real connection can never be forced. If someone wants to stay, they won't need convincing. If someone wants to leave, no amount of begging will change their heart. Imagine trying to hold water with closed fists. The tighter you squeeze, the faster it escapes. People are no different. The harder you chase, the more freedom disappears. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself that every person has their own choices, their own path, their own mind, and none of those things belong to you. Your responsibility isn't to control people, it's to control yourself. Stop chasing, stop proving, stop forcing. The right people will never require you to abandon your dignity just to keep them close. And the moment you stop running after people, you finally have the strength to move toward the life you were meant to build. Most people believe they need the last word, one more message, one more explanation, one more chance to make someone understand. The Stoics believed that not every misunderstanding needs to be corrected. Marcus Aurelius understood that people don't always see reality. They see what they choose to believe, and no amount of explaining can change a mind that has already decided. Think about it. How many times have you spent hours explaining your intentions only to be misunderstood anyway? How much peace have you sacrificed trying to defend yourself? Sometimes silence says what words never could. It says, I respect myself enough not to beg for understanding. Silence isn't surrender. It's emotional maturity, because when you stop trying to convince everyone, you begin protecting your own peace. The strongest response isn't always spoken. Sometimes it's the quiet decision to move forward without another word. And strangely, that silence often speaks louder than any argument ever could. Lesson 4. Detach from what you can't control. One of the greatest sources of suffering is trying to control what was never yours. To control. You want people to understand you, to appreciate you, to stay, to change. But what if none of those things are actually yours to decide? Epictetus taught that peace begins the moment you separate what you control from what you don't. You control your actions, your choices, your attitude, your character. You do not control someone else's loyalty, someone else's feelings, or someone else's decisions. Imagine standing on the shore trying to stop the ocean. No matter how hard you try, the waves will keep coming. People are the same. You cannot force their hearts. You cannot rewrite their choices. And the moment you stop trying, a strange thing happens. Your mind becomes lighter because you're no longer carrying a burden that was never yours. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself that acceptance is not weakness, it's wisdom. The person who accepts reality without fighting it finds peace much sooner than the person who spends years wishing reality were different. Sometimes walking away isn't losing control. It's finally realizing you never had control over that person in the first place. Lesson 5. Respect yourself first. There is one relationship you will carry for the rest of your life, the relationship with yourself. Yet most people protect everyone else's feelings while slowly destroying their own. They stay where they're ignored. They apologize for things they never did. They keep sacrificing, hoping one day someone will finally appreciate them. The Stoics believed self-respect must always come first. Not because you're better than anyone else, but because without self-respect, you'll accept what you should have walked away from. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself that your worth is never decided by another person's opinion. It is decided by the standards you refuse to compromise. The moment you stop accepting less than you know is right, your life begins to change, because people often treat you the way you teach them to. Respect yourself first, and the world will slowly learn to do the same. Lesson 6. Stop explaining yourself. One of the hardest lessons you'll ever learn is this: not everyone deserves an explanation. Most people think if they just explain themselves better, others will finally understand. But the truth is, people don't always misunderstand you because your explanation was weak. Sometimes they misunderstand you because they already decided not to understand. Seneca believed your life should be defended by your actions, not endless words. Think about the strongest people you've ever met. Did they constantly explain themselves? Or did they simply live according to their values. Every time you desperately try to justify your choices, you quietly give away your confidence. You begin asking for permission to live your own life. But freedom begins the moment you stop needing everyone's approval. If your choices are honest, if your intentions are clear, let your actions speak louder than your explanations. Some people will judge you anyway. Some people will misunderstand you anyway, and that's okay, because your purpose isn't to control their opinion. Your purpose is to remain faithful to your own principles. The quieter you become, the more your actions begin speaking on your behalf. And in time, the right people won't need an explanation. They'll recognize your character without a single word. Lesson 7. Protect your peace. There comes a moment when you realize peace is more valuable than being understood, more valuable than winning arguments, more valuable than keeping people who constantly drain your spirit. The Stoics believed your inner peace is your greatest treasure, and like every treasure, it must be protected. Marcus Aurelius lived surrounded by conflict, political enemies, false accusations, constant pressure. Yet he refused to allow chaos to enter his mind, because he understood life will always bring noise, but you decide whether that noise lives inside you. Imagine carrying a heavy backpack every single day. Inside it, you place every insult, every disappointment, every betrayal, every argument. Eventually, the weight becomes unbearable. Now imagine putting that backpack down. Nothing outside has changed, but everything inside feels lighter. That is what happens the moment you choose peace over proving a point. Protect your peace, even if it means walking away from places where your soul can no longer breathe. Lesson 8. Let them leave. One of the hardest truths to accept is that not everyone is meant to stay. Some people enter your life to teach you, some to challenge you, some simply to remind you what you should never accept again. The Stoics never believed you could own people. They believed you could only appreciate them, while they chose to walk beside you. If someone decides to leave, don't chase them, don't beg them, don't abandon yourself trying to stop them. Imagine holding a bird in your hands. If you truly care for it, you don't crush it to keep it. You allow it the freedom to fly. People are no different. Those who truly value you will return willingly. Those who don't were never yours to keep. Marcus Aurelius accepted that everything in life has its season. Some doors close, so better ones can finally open. Every goodbye creates space. Space for stronger relationships, greater opportunities, and a version of yourself that no longer depends on someone else's presence to feel complete. Sometimes the greatest gift life gives you is the person who walked away because they made room for the peace you were searching for all along. Lesson 9. Every ending creates freedom. Most people fear endings. The end of a relationship, the end of a friendship, the end of a chapter they thought would last forever. But the Stoics saw endings very differently. They believed every ending creates space for a new beginning. Imagine trying to fill a cup that is already overflowing. No matter how much you pour into it, nothing new can stay. Life works the same way. As long as you keep holding what no longer belongs, you leave no room for what truly does. Marcus Aurelius accepted that change is one of nature's greatest laws. The seasons change, the sky changes, people change. Even you will not be the same person a year from now. So why expect everything else to remain the same? Sometimes the ending you fear is actually the beginning you need. The door that closes today may be protecting you from a future you cannot yet see. Trust that not every goodbye is a punishment. Sometimes it is life's way of leading you toward something greater. Lesson 10. walk toward your purpose. Walking away is only half the journey. The other half is deciding where you're going next. Too many people leave toxic places only to spend years looking back, replaying old conversations, wondering, what if? The Stoics refused to live that way. Marcus Aurelius believed your eyes should always remain on the duty in front of you, not the past behind you. Every minute you spend looking backward is a minute you cannot spend building your future. Imagine an archer. Once the arrow leaves the bow, he doesn't chase it. He prepares for the next shot. Life demands the same wisdom. Once a chapter ends, don't keep living inside it. Take the lesson, leave the pain, carry the wisdom, and keep moving. Your purpose is never found by staring at closed doors. It's found by having the courage to walk toward the open ones. The strongest people aren't those who never lost anyone. They're the ones who refused to lose themselves after someone left. And that is the greatest victory you can ever achieve. At the beginning of this video, I told you that not every goodbye is a loss. Now, you understand why. Sometimes walking away isn't giving up. It's finally choosing the life you were always meant to live. Most people spend years trying to hold on to people who have already let go. The Stoics chose a different path. They accepted that peace will always be more valuable than forced relationships. Marcus Aurelius never taught that you should become cold. He never said to stop loving people. He taught something far wiser. Love deeply, treat people with kindness, give your best, but never lose yourself trying to keep someone who has already decided to leave. Because the moment you abandon your values just to avoid being alone, you've already lost the most important relationship, the one with yourself. Remember this, you are not responsible for making everyone stay. You are responsible for becoming someone you can respect. Some people will misunderstand you. Some will leave you. Some will never see your worth. Let them. Your value has never depended on someone else's ability to recognize it. The sun doesn't stop shining because someone closes their eyes, and your character doesn't become smaller because someone fails to appreciate it. Walk away without hatred, without revenge, without bitterness. Carry the lesson, leave the pain, protect your peace, and keep moving forward, because every step away from what destroys you is a step toward the person you're becoming. Marcus Aurelius left us with a timeless reminder. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. If your thoughts remain trapped in people who chose to leave, your future will remain trapped too. But the moment you release the past, you make room for a better tomorrow. So don't waste another year looking back at a closed door. Walk forward, build your future, protect your peace, and trust that what is truly meant for you will never require you to abandon yourself to keep it. If this video helped you, subscribe to the Stoic Edge. Every week, we explore timeless Stoic wisdom to help you build unshakable confidence, master your emotions, and create a life guided by purpose, not by other people's choices. Until next time, choose self-respect, choose peace, and remember, sometimes the strongest move you'll ever make is to quietly walk away without ever looking back.